You just get a laptop, go sit on the beach, and you will make money. That's how some of the fake BS gurus were hyping up all their products back in the days, right? It's obviously rubbish, it's garbage, it's whatever, like I don't even want to talk about it. But today I do want to talk about something that really has helped me grow my business a lot faster by going on holiday. And it's actually kind of weird. So my name is Wilco the Kreij, and I'm from the Netherlands, but I personally love to travel, right? I love to meet people from different cultures, basically have new experience, meet new people. So because of that, over the last 10 years or so, I've been traveling quite a bit, right? So I've been traveling in approximately 36, 37 different countries. And I actually did the math because yes, I am a nerd. I've been traveling just over 25% of the time. I think it was like 25.6-ish% over a 10-year period, right? So like quarter period of time I was actually abroad because again I just love everything about it, right? So at some point I started to build a bit of a team. I had a couple of people around me that were helping me out with my business. This is years and years back, right? And I remember at some point my wife and I, we were planning a new trip, we were planning a holiday, and I promised, like, this time I'm not gonna work during the holiday. I'm gonna try to be as offline as possible, because normally a vacation was always a workation, right? I was like working all the time and my wife's getting annoyed, and obviously not ideal. So made that promise, and then we started booking tickets. And I booked the tickets, and right after it started to seriously, I was shit scared basically, because I was like, all right, now I got some people in the business, and I actually got clients and all that. Like, how am I not gonna work? Like, how am I gonna survive? I think that was for like a 3-week trip. So how in the world am I gonna do that, right? Because there's all these things in the business that only I can do. Like, there's all these things that only I am able to do. That's what we tell ourselves as entrepreneurs, and so did I. So I was very much very protective. Like, I was always like I thought I was only able to do these things, and I'll just ask my team to help out, and that was it, right? And this is like years and years back. As an entrepreneur, we have this, or at least I have this thing in my mind where we think like, oh, we're superheroes or whatever. Like, we can do all these things, but I was like, that's the stupidest thing ever, right? It took me a couple months of preparation to train everyone, because oftentimes it's not even about the training, but it's about all the things that I'm doing for my team members to understand. That's the easy part, but like, I have to actually explain it, and that was for me the hard part, because a lot of things you just kind of do without even realizing that you do it or why you do it, right? But if you want to teach it to someone, you need to understand what you do exactly and why you do things. So it took me a couple months to figure that out, to create videos and instructions and explaining everything. If I would just say to myself, like, hey, I'm gonna work on my business, not in my business, guess what? It would not work. It's very, very hard to remove yourself from the business, because you're like, as an entrepreneur, we're so involved with everything, and like a lot of things depend on you. So it's very, very hard. And it was only because I was going on holiday, right? And I made that promise to my wife that I had to force, like there was no other option, I had to force myself to not do all these things, and I need to work myself out of the business, right? So what happened after? I came back, it was awesome. And usually over time, you sort of like go back into your business, right? Like, things come up, right? There's always things that come up, and you're like, oh, I'll just fix it. I'll just do this. You start covering, and you start putting out some fires, and before you know, there's a lot of stuff that, again, you're doing in the business again, right? And I came back after 3 weeks, and I realized, like, I was expecting to take back all that work and just go back and doing the same thing as before. And I realized, I looked at the business and I'm like, wow, this actually went well. Like all the things that I thought that only I can do, like, turns out you guys can do as well, right? But fortunately, like, we travel quite a bit. So every year we take like a longer trip, and sometimes a couple of shorter ones as well. But especially the longer ones, those are most valuable, because every single year, I call this the vacation effect. I go on a trip, and again, that's my yearly reset. It's my reset of things like, all right, so all the things I was doing before, I have to hand it over to my team. I have to take a step back, and when I'm back from holiday, I have a clear mind, clear vision, and I can work on the business again, right? So if you feel like you're stuck, right? If you feel like you're stuck in your business and you would like to work more on your business, and you're finding it hard to get that done, like, I would highly recommend you to book a trip in advance. Like, because once you have booked that trip, right, and once you made that promise to your spouse, it's like, hey, we're going on this trip, and I'm not going to work, and you still have a couple months to figure out how, then you have the time, like, you have to do it, right? You'll have to make it work. It's not like you can't back out. There's a deadline on, let's say, the 1st of February. That's when you leave for like a 3-week period. So you have until that point to hand over all your work to your team, and only when you're back, basically after you're back, try not to get any of those things back. Now, obviously this doesn't relate to everyone if you don't have a team yet, but as soon as if you have some help, try to ask that help, because your team is going to be way more capable than you think. At least that's what I experienced. Like, my team is awesome. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I'm like super grateful and happy for my team. But I remember back in the day, I didn't really truly realize that, right? It's a scary thing to just let go of all the things that you think you're good at. But I tell you, if you just let those things take care of by your team, it is so much better. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you. Basically, go take more trips, remove yourself from the business so you can work on the business, not in your business. And that's how you will take your business partially, like obviously there's a lot of steps involved, but that will help you to take your business to the next level. I hope you enjoyed this one today. And if so, I'll see you next time.